What's up, everybody? It's Tortora
and Alford
here on Wake Up Call, right outside of the JMA Dome, following Syracuse's first loss of the season. Syracuse is now 4-1 overall, 3-1 at home, as this is their first loss at home, and their first game in the ACC, so they're 0-1 in the ACC. Clemson improves to above 500 overall at 3-2. 3 of their 5 games have been played in the ACC so far this season, so they are now 1-2 in the ACC with their first ACC victory, and they are 1-1 on the road after losing their first road game at Duke earlier on this season to open up the season. So, thoughts?
Thoughts on it, just like we spoke in the pregame, it's going to be a tough physical game. The team couldn't make mistakes. They came out and gave Clemson turnovers, which Clemson scored, and at least 21 points off of turnovers. In the first half, we spotted them 14. We were down early, but second half, we only really gave them 10 points. So the defense played a solid game, but offensively, we just got to execute better, and we just couldn't make those mistakes.
Yeah, Syracuse, I said it, if they were going to defeat Clemson in this game, they had to be mistake-free, and they were not. They had 3 turnovers in this game, 2 fumbles and an interception, which ends up costing them. This is not the Clemson team that I've been used to seeing in a decade of covering the ACC up against Syracuse. I don't think they played great. I think they capitalized, obviously, off of Syracuse's turnovers, but they weren't moving the ball that well throughout this game, and they didn't wow me. I think that a team like the Clemson we saw of old would have put 50 up, 60 up in a game like this, especially when they're getting extra possessions. So I don't know how many games Clemson will win against teams that are not making the mistakes.
Right.
But this Clemson team does get above 500, and Syracuse, and I talked to the guys about this, so make sure you pay attention to all of our Wake Up Call channels, as quarterback Garrett Schrader and linebackers Leon Lowry Jr. and Marlowe Wax Jr. spoke with all 3 of them about responding to adversity. They were 4-0, and adversity will either cause you to turn on each other or to grow from it. And we're going to see exactly what the team looks like as they step forward. They'll answer that question mark on how they're going to respond to their first adversity of the season.
Yeah, and then the player said it just like you said. Garrett, I give him credit. He took responsibility for his execution in the offense. But there was no finger pointing. But he just got, like I said, go back to the drawing board. They got to watch the film, come out, practice harder, because they're going to face a lot better teams down the way in the ACC. If you can kind of gauge yourself and correct the mistakes that you made in this game, then you should be a tougher opponent playing against other players in the stretch.
2 biggest positive takeaways that I take from this game: linebacker Leon Lowry Jr. with 2 sacks in the game, probably arguably his best game in his collegiate career at Syracuse. And the other big note is 2 words: Dan Villari. That man played his tail off. 2 huge receptions on 1 drive, and both of them that he reeled in caught the ball by the right sideline, then caught the ball by the left sideline, and pulled his defenders with him. He got yards after completion on both of his catches. He showed his muscle, he showed his grit, and he showed that he definitely wanted to let the coaches know what it's like to have him out there, pulling his defender into the end zone for his first collegiate touchdown ever. And he got to attempt 2 passes as a former quarterback that was recruited into Michigan. And I will say this about him: those passes were good. The receivers just needed to catch them.
Yeah, definitely. And I like that they added him into the offense. That just gives you another person that teams just going to have to account for now, that they can grow from that, keep building this offense. Like Garrett said, he believes in the guys on his team, and they think this offense can be special. So they just got to go back. Like you said, there's going to be days like this. You can't hang your head on that. So, they'll come back and they'll be better for that.
Let me go ahead and say this before we get out of here. I've known this gentleman for a long time, did a bunch of exclusives with him in his recruitment. Brady Denenberg, he can kick the ball. So let's get off of that, because he missed 1 field goal. So Brady, keep your head up. You'll be all right. Dan Villari, congratulations. Appreciate your faith and your trust in God. It's paying off. And Leon Lowry Jr., all these guys stepping up. We'll see how they bounce back from here. Shout out to Kalen Ellis for getting back on the field as an offensive lineman for this team, doing some good things. And a big-time shout out to Enrique Cruz Jr.'s family, who gave me a Hispanic Heritage Month shirt that I will treasure forever. For now, for Tortora and
Alford
here on Wake Up Call, outside of the Dome. Well, we won't see you back inside the Dome for football until November. So we look forward to seeing you then. Continue to support your orange. and let's see how they respond to adversity. Gentlemen, I know you got this. Take care. God bless.